Gilded Dreams on Anemo characters sounds like something that should work, but you can't really give Gilded Dreams to Anemo characters because of Viridescent Venerer, and you'll see why that is in the comparison. But even then, Gilded Dreams made it possible to make new, really unique teams, which you'll see after the comparison. So first, let's begin with the comparison between Viridescent Venerer and Gilded Dreams. So on our left, we have Gilded Dreams, and on our right, we have Viridescent Venerer. So if you didn't know, Gilded Dreams provides you with more EM, which means more cryo damage bonus from Kazuha, while Viridescent Venerer reduces the elemental resistance, and you're gonna see how Resistance Shred is better than having more EM. As you can see, Viridescent Venerer does better. Now for Sucrose, her buff is basically to give its party members more EM, so 20% of all Sucrose's EM is given out to its party members, and though it sounds really good, it's actually weaker than elemental damage bonus, so it should be pretty clear that Viridescent Venerer does better, and yep, it does, by 5,000. So does that mean you shouldn't use Gilded Dreams on Anemo characters? Well, not really. There are still a few ways in which you can use Gilded Dreams on Anemo characters, and it actually does really well. So you've probably seen a team like this where you have Sucrose and Hyperbloom, and so because of Sucrose's high EM, the seeds that get exploded do a lot of damage because of her high EM, and so having Gilded Dreams on Sucrose here is going to be really good. But there's another way you can use Gilded Dreams, and it's actually pretty cool. So instead of having just one anime character, you can have two. So here I would have Kazuha and Sucrose, and you could also have Heizou and Sucrose, or you could also have Heizou and Kazuha. You just basically need two anime characters. So for example, I have Kazuha and Sucrose. Over here, you're gonna have Kazuha using Gilded Dreams, and you're gonna have Sucrose using Viridescent Venerer. So you're gonna get the Elemental Shred, and at the same time, you're gonna get a lot of EM. And I've made a few teams using this, and they're actually pretty strong. Also, each of these anime characters work differently, and so depending on the anime characters you have, your teams are gonna be made differently. And like some anime characters on some teams can be replaced by other anime characters, but for some teams that's not possible. But I'll talk more about this at the end of the video. So let's move on to the teams. Now let's start with the best teams I could make using these two anime characters. So basically this is a normal catalyzed team, but the reason why this is so good is because of Sucrose here. Now if this was Fischl here, this team would again be good, but not as good as this because of how Miko gets buffed by EM. Now for the other characters, mostly you're gonna have a main DPS here and a support that basically helps the main DPS in reactions, so the EM gets used, you know, to buff your reaction. But Miko, first of all, the reaction gets buffed, second, her skill gets buffed, and third, her whole kit gets buffed because of the electro damage bonus. So this team is actually really good. Let me show you this team in a domain. So you're gonna see how good this team actually is. So first I use Miko to apply Electro, then Kazuha to, you know, get the EM and the electro damage bonus for Miko, then Quicken, then Sucrose to apply Viridescent Venerer, and then finally Miko. And you can see the amount of numbers that are on the screen. And finally 67,000 per hit. For Miko's ult. That's about 250,000 damage with her ult. And don't forget about her skill, which does 20 to 40,000 whenever the hit aggravates. So yeah, this team is really good. Now before the buffs, I had 350 elemental mastery and for 6% electric damage bonus, and Kazuha had 860 elemental mastery, and this is what I had after the buffs. So basically twice of whatever I had before. And Kazuha got 200 more elemental mastery from Sucrose. Now for my second team that I've made using these two Anemo characters, Kazuha and Sucrose, is this Ayaka freeze team. There's nothing special about this team because I'm not really using the EM provided by Sucrose because there's no reactions that can, you know, do damage like you have melt or vaporize or aggravate. There's nothing really like that, and you only have Ayaka freezing with Kokomi, so there's some potential loss here, but it's still really strong. So let me show you how well it does in a domain. Now even though Ayaka doesn't really get buffed by the EM provided by Sucrose directly, the EM is given to Kazuha instead, and the EM is then turned into more fire damage bonus for Ayaka. This team is still pretty good because again it's a freeze team, and freeze teams are best for Ayaka, and as you can see, it does a lot of damage. So yeah, this team is again really good too. Now you can also make teams like this. This is basically an Electro Charge team with Fischl and Hsinchu. The on-field DPS will be Heizou, swirling elements, and Sucrose is basically providing you with more EM. So the artifact sets here will be Heizou will be using Viridescent Venerer because Viridescent Venerer also gives you enemy damage. You need that for Heizou, and then for Sucrose you need to give Sucrose Gilded Dreams, so she can provide you with more EM for Fischl and Hsinchu, basically more damage for Electro Charge, right? This is very free-to-play friendly if you don't have 5 stars. you can use this theme, and it's actually pretty good. Now I will show you how this theme looks like in a domain, but before that, just remember that my Heizou is really weak right now. I don't have like any talent leveled up, but trust me, if you have your Heizou built properly, level 999 or whatever, you're gonna do a lot more damage. I think you can go up to 40,000 damage or more. Just remember that you can go higher. This is basically to show you that there's a team like this and you can use it. Now, even for a team like this without any 5 stars, this team does really well. Like, Heizou literally has every single one of his talents level at level 1. And if I invested more into Heizou, you know, get his talents leveled up and get a good artifact set for him, this team can really be really good, because Heizou is supposed to be the main DPS here, doing most of the damage while swirling and stuff like that. But right now he's the weakest because without the talents and stuff. But still, he's doing pretty well. I mean, I don't really have anything else to say about the team. It's just a really good team for 4 stars. This team has a lot of potential. I just need to build Heizou up, and this team can be really good. Now, about the combinations using the anime characters, it's pretty clear that your team entirely depends on the anime characters you have. Like, for example, Kazuha is irreplaceable in the Ayaka team because Ayaka doesn't really need any elemental mastery, so having Heizou or Sucrose instead of Kazuha over there is basically a waste. You need the elemental damage bonus. But for the Miko team, you can easily have Sucrose here or maybe have Heizou here, and even though it'll be a bit weaker, it's still fine because Miko does get buffed by the EM, the reaction, and the elemental skill. And for a team like this, Heizou is pretty good because like Heizou fits really well into this team. And so it clearly depends on the anime characters you have, and so it's very important to know what these characters themselves do. And so I guess that makes it a bit harder to make teams. So I can help you if you have any questions, like comment down below the characters you have and the anime characters you have, and maybe I can help you. Like, even the artifact sets they hold can change depending on the team you're using. So yeah, it's pretty cool how you can make so many more teams using 2 anime characters. I'm definitely gonna make even more after I get more characters. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed watching the video, then please leave a like, and if you really want to help me out, you can subscribe. But yeah, that's all, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.